we slowly march our way into turn 3 and into the famed Russ Holly restart box. A flick of the wrist from Mike Halberg, and it ties the field loose. Mitch Bombard gets the early jump to the lead with John Nash on the outside. Off we go down the backstretch. Mitch Bombard with the lead, but hot on his tail is the 82 of John Nash. But sliding in to try and possibly make it 3 wide, it's the 85 of John Porter.
Well, off the backstretch, Bombard leads the way. Behind him, side-by-side battle between Magliano on the inside. To the outside, it is John Nash in the 82. Stacked up behind those two drivers, the Dr. John Porter, and Greg Moran Jr. sits in that 5th spot.
In the 5th. We rumble into turn 2, down the backstretch. Way back in the pack as the 2 up front, Mitch Bombard and Ryan Magliano, are slowly breaking away on the straightaways from our vantage point. It's Greg Moran Jr., Ryan Magliano, and Mitch Bombard. Bombard, Magliano, and Moran making up the top 3.
New leader at the front, it is now Magliano who leads the pack. Locked on the outside is Bombard in the 10. Moran trying to swoop in, grab the 2nd spot, and he has been being followed by the 24 of Skinner. So Bombard left high and dry on the outside is going to fall back to 4th as the Skinner machine makes his way into 3rd, and we have a yellow on the track. On the pole, Greg Moran make up our front row, 4 laps into our 40-lap Super X-Car main event, and we are underway. The run down to turn 1 is won on the inside by the 02 of Magliano, but hanging tough with him down the backstretch is Moran, trying to work him over, grab the lead off turn number 4. It looks like they poked their way back to the stripe. Moran by inches, your new leader.
Magliano still trying to hold on, though. He's got the Pequot Ledge machine looking good on the inside. Moran on the outside. The Renshaw Heating Electric car goes to the lead.
And where is Ben Castro? Right now, he is mired in the 6th spot, trying to fight his way through the pack. It looks like he's taking up residence on the outside of Mitch Bombard, so that's a duel to watch for. Ken Castro, who has visited Victory Lane, him and Skinner have been the only drivers to power their way to the win, and Skinner right now is trying to knife his way underneath the 02 of Magliano.
Yeah, that's a good battle. Then behind them, you got Norm Steers, Stormin Norman, Mitch Bombard, and Castro, Nash, Childs, Schaefer, Porter, and Nunes in that order. All looking good coming down the backstretch here. Good lead right now for Greg Moran Jr., probably 2 car lengths, biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, well, after Moran, you could fit the next 4 cars inside a solo cup as they come off the corner and dance their way to the stripe. Leading them back is Skinner in the 24, side-by-side battle between Sears on the inside, perhaps drifted up the track, maybe a little touch on the outside with Magliano, but they remain tethered together going into turn number 3.
Nunes and Sears going, I make that Nash going at it. Good battle right there. John Porter as well in that number 85 car. P.J. Childs trying to move his way up through the pack. He's up to 7th spot.
Well, Castro is still mired back in the 6th spot, and he is going to have to get by those 3 cars dueling it out in front of him to try to get up to the leaders. Skinner is not wasting any time. He tried to test the waters underneath Moran the last time by, unable to get there by the time they get into turns number 1.
Yeah, and these 2 guys, the leaders, are going to be approaching a couple of lap cars here who are battling it out down the backstretch. Now it's still Greg Moran Jr., but like you said, Sean Skinner all over the rear bumper of that number 64 car.
Yeah, well, what we're not paying attention to is while those 2 guys are battling, still battling behind them now. Here comes Castro. He has moved into 3rd, pushing Sears back a spot. So Castro is on the charge, looking to get back to the front. Everybody trying to track down Greg Moran Jr. in the 64.
Yeah, Ben Castro looking tough in that 88 car as usual here. Look at this battle for the lead. Skinner looks to the inside. Sean Skinner with a run on Greg Moran Jr.
Well, Skinner knows he's going to try to get by Moran and let Castro battle with Moran as long as he can. Castro wheeling him in as they come off the corner. It is still Skinner tucked to the inside of Moran. They're almost even going into turn 1. Moran and Skinner locked up in a duel here at the Speed Bowl.
Boy, don't get much better than that right there. Moran Jr. on the outside. Skinner, Castro, 3 cars trying to pull away. Then it's to Norm Sears. And I believe it looks like Ryan Magliano right behind him.
So Skinner trying to flash dance his way underneath the 64 of Moran. Has gotten about 3/4 of the way there. Behind him, it's the 88 of Castro trying to Xerox that move down the backstretch and into turn 3. In 4th, we have Norm Sears, Magliano, and P.J. Childs, our top 6. But the 2 men who sit 1-2 in the points battle run 1-2 on the track.
Yeah, Skinner's got that lead now with 25 laps to go. His main rival here at the Speed Bowl is Ben Castro. Castro's on his bumper.
Well, they've dusted each other up quite a few times here at the Speed Bowl. We're going to see how this plays out. Castro tries to pull out his attack on Skinner. Looks up high. Now that's where Castro likes to make the move. The power move to the outside. Not enough to get there this time as Skinner shakes him off down the backstretch into turn number 3. Once again, Castro tries to attack up high. We'll see if he can make the move stick this time through.
Greg Moran running 3rd. Good seat right there for him. Almost 3 wide. It is 3 wide going into turn number 1 with Magliano on the inside.
Castro going to the whip on the side of that number 88. Digs his spurs in. Tries to get a run on the outside. Almost even with the 24 of Castro. Almost there. But Skinner once again fights him off, holds him off for now.
Yeah, Skinner doing a good job. He tries to clear once again the 88 car and does. 88 now looking on the low side. He's going to the Beamer scoreboard. Looks like we got problems with the scoreboard as we go into turn number 3.
So that scoreboard is out. We'll try to keep you abreast of the action as best we can. Skinner is your leader. In his tire tracks is Castro. Once again, Castro marches to the outside. What's amazing with all of this, John, while they are battling, Greg Moran has not really closed in. Normally in that kind of a situation, that car would close. We have hit the 20-lap marker. We are at the halfway point of our Super X main event.
Yeah, Greg Moran Jr.'s got to worry about P.J. Childs coming on strong. Childs in the 31, trying to get to the rear bumper of Greg Moran Jr. Then you got Sears, Magliano, Schaefer, Bombard, Nash, and Nunes as your top 10.
So we'll see if they come to this lapped car, if that's going to play a factor. Mike Helberg telling the 7 to get down low, get out of the way. He'll do so in turn number 1, allows the leaders to pass. Now they have some clear air for a while till they come up to the next lap vehicle, but it is Skinner by what, John? Now almost a half a car length. We don't know how much of the car Skinner is burning up to hold off Castro, but I'm going to bet you Castro's using everything he can to get by Skinner.
Yeah, Ben Castro does not like to run second. I can guarantee you that. That number 88 car is quick, and he uses that car for victories here at the Speed Bowl very often. He looks to the outside once again to Sean Skinner.
Well, we'll give you a rundown of the rest of the pack. In 3rd, it's Greg Moran Jr. P.J. Childs is 4th. In 5th, it's Ryan Magliano. 6th is Mark Schaefer. Norm Sears is 7th. Mitch Bombard is 8th.
Caution.
And we need to take a break. Side-by-side battle between the 24 of Sean Skinner and the 88 of Ben Castro. Green returns to the asphalt. And the run down into turn number 1. On the outside, looks like Castro this time able to get the advantage. Can Skinner shake them off as they go down into turn number 3?
Skinner's got that inside advantage going into turn number 3, but that outside lane is quick for Castro. Here they come out of turn number 4, rubbing paint as they go down under the stripe.
Well, Castro looks like he's almost cleared Skinner looks like he's almost cleared the Castro machine. For a while, I thought Greg Moran was going to try to swoop in there and clear and capture that vortex, but he has to worry. On the outside of him, it's a hard charge in P.J. Childs.
Yeah, P.J.'s got himself a race car tonight. Then you got Schaefer, man, the Mark Schaefer in that 58 car right there doing a good job.
So they are down the backstretch, nose to tail, our 2 leaders. This time, Castro tries to power bomb his way underneath Skinner. Can he make that move stick as he slides off the corner? He's gotten to the 2 on the door as they're in turn number 1.
Yeah, Skinner gave up that inside lane, and that may be fatal for him as they go down the backstretch. Castro to the inside of Sean Skinner.
Well, this is where Castro has the leverage. Can Skinner make the crossover coming off the corner? He fights hard to get there, but Castro looks like he clears them by the time they get into turn 1.
Clearly, 2 superior race cars here as they go out of turn number 2. Skinner trying everything in the book to get to the rear bumper of Ben Castro.
But Castro looks like he's a little bit stronger in the late stages. By about a half car length, he has the lead. Sliding his way off the corner is Childs in third. Moran runs fourth. And we'll go back to the best battle on the track. That's Sears and Magliano Schaefer and Magliano duking it out for position number 5.
Yeah, that is a good race right there. You got Mark Schaefer now looking on the outside of Magliano. I believe that's Mark Schaefer as they come out of turn number 4. And it looks like Sears coming up there towards the back. Those two cars racing into turn number 1.
So that's a 3-car battle a little bit deeper in the pack. But Ben Castro marches his way down the backstretch as he will go back-to-back if he's able to pull this one off. It'll also be...
As we get going into turn number 3, side by side, pick your favorite.
This title bout gets ready to roll. They bounce out of the Russ Holly restart box, and bouncing to the front is the 88 of Ben Castro. Skinner now has a new visitor to his inside. That is P.J. Childs in the 31. So while they're going to try to figure out who's going to get a shot, Castro trying to pull away as we are down to the final 10 circuits.
Yeah, Castro looking good, but P.J. Evans got him a hot rod to the inside right now. He's going to battle Sean Skinner. P.J. Childs on the move with the 31.
Magliano sits in that 4th spot, and he may be able to track down Childs, who sits in 3rd. Skinner trying to figure a way to get back to the front, but Castro looks to be too strong for him. Leads the way by about a half a car length.
Greg Moran under fire. He's got Mark Schaefer behind him, then Norm Sears. John Noon's up to 8th spot, and he's looking for more.
Yeah, everybody has kind of singled themselves out. Noon's battling on the outside between him and Norm Sears. So that is a little bit deeper in the pack. Also trying to make a move on the outside is Mark Schaefer on Greg Moran. Can anybody figure out an answer for the 88 of Ben Castro as he goes into turns 3 and 4? Looks like Skinner's able to close a little bit, John, but Castro too much power as he rolls down the front straightaway.
Whoa, some tight racing there coming out of turn number 4 as Magliano almost puts that 0-2 car up into the wall with Greg Moran Jr. right alongside. Meanwhile, you got some great racing going on. Castro looking for what, his 3rd in a row, you said?
Third out of the last 4 for the 88 of Castro.
2 in a row, 3rd of the last 4. Okay, good run so far for Ben Castro.
So he'll stretch out that lead between he and Skinner in the points battle by just a little bit. Mike Helberg holds up 5 fingers. We are down to the final 5 of our 40-lap X-Car feature, Super X-Car feature. Everybody runs in single file formation from the top 4. The battle continues between Schaefer and Moran, side by side through turns 1 and 2, and down the backstretch. Nunes will try to slice his way underneath the 38 of Sears. That's another battle going on behind the top 4, but the laps are getting short on the scoreboard, and the lead is getting longer for Ben Castro as he'll try to go by the slow-moving Trask as Trask will head to the infield. Down the backstretch into turn number 3, the top 4 cars have broken away, and we'll look to see in the 5th spot, it's finally the 64 of Moran. And then Schaefer is 6th. 7th is John Noon, so he's taking, and we have trouble up in turn number 1. It looks like the 58 of Schaefer.
It's safe. It's Castro and Skinner as they rumble into the Russ Holly restart box. A flick of the wrist from Mike Halberg, and Ben Castro looks to get that really good jump. But is Skinner going to get the shot?
Well, Skinner falls back, and that allows P.J. Childs to get the shot as he followed right alongside Castro in his tire tracks, popsicle sticks down to the final 2 laps. Ben Castro leads the pack. Behind him, a side-by-side duel for 2nd and 3rds. P.J. Childs has it. Skinner goes up high and loses it.
Skinner goes up high and loses that shot he had on P.J. Childs. White flag in the air. Childs in 2nd. Skinner trying to catch up in 3rd as they roar into turn 1. Will Skinner look to get to the inside going down the backstretch?
Going into turn number 3, your leader is going to be Ben Castro. Behind them, it'll be the P.J. Childs, number 31. And at the line, Sean Skinner finishes 3rd. Ryan Magliano 4th. Greg Moran 5th.
Yeah, rocking and rolling with this number 88 car, man. Running good and looking really good out there.
Yeah, we're definitely fast. I mean, I wouldn't be here without all the people that support the team. You know, I want to put God first, thank him, And second, I just really want to say thank you to Pequot Ledge Campground. They put tires on this car whenever we need them. Larry's Auto Machine gives us a really awesome engine. My father helps me set the cars up. B&H Racing Chassis, Larry's Auto Machine, Pequot Ledge Campground, Shaft Motorsports, the amazing Kara, you look great. Caleb and Joey and my mom and my dad, he's a big part of it. Keith, Shaft Motorsports, Devin, Alexa. I see Judd out there. Hi, Judd. And just everyone else that helps out. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, you and Sean Skinner put on a good show. You got somebody else?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Dave Barabalt for the extra money tonight.
And I got that money for you. I was going to say, there's $75 from Dave Barabalt, his 20th anniversary. But hey, you and Sean Skinner put on a great show there.
Absolutely. Sean's a great driver. He ran me clean. I can't ask for anything more. He's really fast. We're trying to beat him. So he's awesome.